Well, hello, happy healers. So stoked to finally be recording again. So I'm starting a mini series and because I keep getting lots of phone calls and text messages asking, "Hey, Buffy, what do you do when you have this ailment? And what do you do when you have that ailment? What's your solution for this?" So I decided I should do a series. So, little short, like, here's what you could do for this common thing and this common thing. And I've decided to dub this the Homeaid Remedies series. So, and in part one, we're going to talk about just the common cold. Some people literally go to the emergency room because they don't know what to do about a common cold and they're miserable and they want to be able to, feel better, but then things aren't working. So they can't get in with their doctor. So they go to the emergency room. So I have some homemade stuff you can do at home to make yourself more comfortable while your body processes this. But before we get started with this, we have to do the cover my butt section. So just know the information shared in Homeaid Remedies is for informational purposes only and is not a substitute for professional medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment. I am not a doctor, and these remedies are based on traditional practices, personal experiences, and general knowledge. Always consult with a healthcare professional before trying any new remedy. By using these suggestions, you acknowledge that you do so at your own direction, and I am not responsible for any outcomes, positive or negative, to these things. This is just information for you, only for information. Okay, now that I've covered the blah, 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 cover your butt process, we can proceed. All right. Let me get rid of my little read off note there. There we go. Okay. Well, first of all, so when I or my kid or anybody has a common cold, the first thing I'm going to tell them to do is tea. Herbal tea is your friend, especially if you have the flu or colds or throat, anything, whatever your symptoms are with the common cold. Runny nose, stuffy nose, headaches, sore throats, allergies. Oh my gosh, allergies. So if it with anything, when you are feeling sick, especially when a common cold has hit you, it's usually a sign that you need a little more vitamin C because vitamin C actually helps our immune systems when to be stronger. And when our immune systems are stronger, we are able to ward off sickness or avoid it altogether. So, yeah, you could go to the store and eat a bunch of oranges, whatever, eat an orange. That's great. I recommend getting from your food. However, there are more, if you have gotten sick and you haven't been avoiding it, and you couldn't avoid it, then I would recommend getting a tea in it that has a high content of vitamin C. There's one that I really like. It's called blood orange. I get it from Trader Joe's. And anytime I'm having an allergy issue or I feel like my immune system is low and that I'm getting sick, I will drink that along with other teas that are enjoyable. And you want to find a tea that is enjoyable because there's two benefits to this. When you're enjoying your tea, then you are more apt to feel release happy endorphins when you're drinking because it's satisfying. And that alone can boost your immune system because when we're stressed or we are feeling, you know, overwhelmed with life, whatever, it can lower our immune system just by the way we're feeling. So if you can boost your mood, you can literally boost your health. Okay. So find something and some of my favorite teas I'm going to name off right here. Brand doesn't really matter. All brands are kind of created equally. The brand that I love the most, I think, I know Yogi's one of them, but I'm not here to promote brands. I'm just letting you know so you can find these teas. But Throat Coat, there's another brand I really like. I forget its name. Anyway, Throat Coat is a really good one for if you're having colds or whatever, or anything that says like there's like a seasonal pack this company makes or whatever. The seasonal something. So throat coats and like I said, the Trader Joe's blood orange one is really good. Um, the specific herbs, if you're having a cold that I recommend are peppermint. Anything with zinc in it is good, but let's see. Echinacea is pretty good, but golden seal. Golden seal is amazing. It's a natural antibiotic. It's really good for all kinds of sicknesses. So golden seal and peppermint. Clove is a really good one. Anything to do with like the sinuses and stuff. Clove is great for that. Ginger is good for digestion and inflammation. And chamomile is a good calming tea. That's really good. Anything with lavender in it is excellent because it's also a calming and relaxing. Um, so yeah, if you have the typical cold, then these are some of the teas that I really like. Cinnamon can be good for different things too as well. Um, and there's another herb. What is, oh, duh, or elderberry. Oh my gosh, elderberry is top 10 on my list right there. Golden seal, elderberry, peppermint, top 10. And here's something, if you have essential oils, is something else I recommend doing. If you have essential oils, obviously I'm going to tell you dilute, 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 right? Because it's very important to dilute. However, if I'm being honest, I never dilute mine. For myself personally, I'm prone to getting migraines, and peppermint is my savior, and it does not do me any good when I dilute it. I put it straight on. I like to put it straight up my nose when I can't breathe, and it's very powerful, but I enjoy it. But for anyone who doesn't deal with essential oils on a daily basis, or you have sensitive skin or sensitive sense of smell or something, please dilute. And I do the carrier oil, as long as you don't have any allergies, I recommend is fractionated coconut oil because it has no scent or flavor or anything. It's so plain that you'll be able to just put it on. It'll mix well with the essential oil. But you can do any oil you prefer. It's fine. Avocado oil or would be in my next recommendation. Olive oil is fine, I'm sure. But yeah, fractionated coconut oil is a good one. Is pretty standard. So, but yeah, yeah, if you're having trouble because you're so congested and breathe, I just peppermint essential oil up my nose and breathe in. It might burn your eyes a little bit because it's very powerful. So that's why diluting is good. But it's whatever. I've gotten it in my eyes before. It's not fun, but it's not the end of the world, and I didn't die or get blind from it, so it's okay. But yeah, so peppermint essential oil can help alleviate discomfort. And it also can help, if you're having allergy issues or whatever. But anyway, anything common cold, itchy eyes, whatever, herbal teas are your number one. Okay. They're simple, they're easy, buy a box. And something and tea's easy. Everybody knows how to do tea. So you boil the water, get it as warm as you want. You can even do a cold tea. I do cold teas all the time. You just make sure that your tea gets the opportunity, especially if it's a cold tea, it needs to soak for at least 10 to 20 minutes, recommend longer, because when it's cold, it takes time for it to actually, let the herbs seep into the water. But when it's warm, it usually happens immediately. But the longer you let your tea steep, the stronger it is and the more effect it's going to have on you. So there's a side note for you. Okay, so that's that. And I don't want to make sure these aren't too long or, wordy. So, but the second thing that I recommend besides, so we have teas, right? Let's keep track of this. So teas, number one recommendation, right? Essential oils to help with different things. And like I mentioned with peppermint can help with that. Tinctures, 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 tinctures. Love tinctures. Tinctures are amazing. My top 3 tinctures would be for common colds would be elderberry, obviously, and then golden seal, and echinacea is really good. Okay. Garlic is really good too if you have a cold. Also, onions are good. So eating foods that have onion and garlic in it are good. They have garlic tinctures and stuff like that. And if you can stomach it, go right ahead. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But yeah, just garlic and onion are a good food source for that. And high vitamin C foods, if you want to boost your immune system when you go through. So bone broth, if you're sick and you're just like congested and you don't feel good, bone broth is great. Make sure you get a good brand. And my favorite brand and the one that I will always, always recommend is the one from Costco. Inexpensive, and you get a lot of it, and then you can, just put a little salt in it, whatever seasons you want, or none at all, and just drink it plain, heat it up a little bit. And you could even literally put your tea in there. You heat up the broth, you can put your whatever tea you have, your throat coat or whatever, and sip the tea with the broth. You're getting a meal and you're getting extra herbs in it. Boom. You've smashed two good things in one and drinking it. I love it. And on top of that, you can take some tinctures. So, you just go to your local health food store and they usually will have some good tinctures there, and you can ask the store person what they recommend. But my favorite, if you have a cough coming with your cold, the best thing for it is wild cherry bark syrup. And you can also get this in tea form too. So find a tea that has that in it. But wild cherry bark syrup, the tincture is so amazing. I had a cough that just wouldn't stop. And every night and every morning or whenever I need, and I took it as needed, I would drink it and it would just like coat my throat. I could feel it. And it even burned a little going down, like a nice burn, not a like, oh, burn. It was like a, oh, soothing burn where it was like, oh, and then I felt relief for a good amount of time, and it was just nice. So wild cherry bark syrup, I think it's called, it has the word Indian in it, Old Indian or something, is the best brand, and I would recommend it. And I think they also make elderberry syrup, the same brand, or maybe it's another brand that does. But anyway, they also have a gold. So there's golden seal too. So those are the tinctures and the teas that I recommend. You can get all this in tea form. Tea form is great. So if you just have teas at your disposal, do it, great. If you have tinctures to go with it, great, because the tinctures are extra concentrated and powerful, and they can be really effective. So that's that. And then different I would if you have a cold, I'm going to also recommend staying away from all sugars. Sugars that are okay to have are honey and stevia, but make sure, I'll say this again and again, make sure you're getting, I recommended organic stevia, and one stevia that doesn't have any other ingredients in it. It can only have stevia. You have any other ingredients in it, it's crap. Don't. Okay, just don't. So stevia, if you like your tea sweet, for instance, then I usually sweeten mine with stevia. Honey, lemon water is also a good thing. It can help with sore throats, all kinds of things. Yeah, honey lemon water. I'm sure that's an old remedy my mom used to do, but it's really, it's comforting. It's nice. So it's a little honey, a little lemon, and some warm water. Seriously, magic. And you could even take, if you're gonna do this, it's got to be sea salt. In fact, it should be pink sea salt. You could put like a little bit of pink salt in there, and that'll also help too. So, um, apple cider vinegar is also pretty good, so you could put a little bit of there, and then whatever you could tolerate is just fine. But yeah. So, and then foods that I recommend, like I said, bone broth, chicken soup. Don't just get a canned chicken soup though. You could, but there's too much crap in there. So just taking a chicken and, boiling it with some carrots and just make it simple. Carrots, celery, and cabbage. Just chop it up in there and put it in, and some onions and garlic, and then season, however you want, with salt and whatever. And just, you could Google a very simple broth, or just use the bone broth. It would be easier. Get a bone broth, you could put a whole chicken in, or a thigh, or whatever, and just put the bone broth over it, cut up some carrots and whatever, and let it just boil away and everything cook together, and it'll be delicious. It'll be so good for you when you eat it. Yeah. So good chicken soups when you're having a cold, because especially if your throat hurts, you're not going to feel like, swallowing a lot of things. And if you're going to have any kind of bread, please refrain from most breads, except for Ezekiel's probably okay, but really my recommended is sourdough bread. Sourdough bread is the best, is better, and sourdough bread's better. So, and then as fruits are considered, I would stay away from most fruits because they're pretty sugary. Fruits that I think that would be okay during this time would be oranges, because of their vitamin C content. And technically, I think strawberries have more vitamin C than oranges. But when I get sick, I don't think the first thing I want is a strawberry. So usually I'll go for an orange, but yeah, there's another fruit, and I can't remember what it is right now, that's pretty good when you're not feeling well, or something that has a high amount of vitamin C in it. Come to me later. We'll just have to maybe put that in the notes or something. But yeah. So also make sure you rest, okay? And de-stress your life, however that looks like. Say no to things that you just don't feel like doing because your health matters. You don't have your health, you don't have anything. Okay. You can't be there for your family when you're not feeling good. You can't be there for life. And you can't, your health is everything. So put your money where your health is. And I hope this has helped anyone with a common cold. So when you feel like I'm miserable, what do I do? Well, this is my recommendations. All right. I hope this has been helpful and you'll have a great day. Happy healing to you. And as always, use common sense, do your own research, and have a great day.